What's up, y'all? It's Lisa Blonay. I'm back with another video. Thank you so much for tapping into Blonay Media. You guys, I do reaction and commentary on this channel. Shout out to my VIPs, my live chat, my mods, and my members. Thank you guys for holding it down. Please smash that like button, share out this live. If you guys are feeling the vibe, go ahead and subscribe. Y'all, let's go ahead and get into this because look, I was on the internet and this is what I found. Let's get into this because I'm ready when y'all are. Okay. Did y'all know that Jada Pinkett Smith was sued? There was a lawsuit against her. Did y'all know that? Let me go ahead and get into the details of this, you guys. All right. Now, before we get started, I do want to say I hope everyone has enjoyed their holidays. Okay. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and just positive vibes just going out to everybody. All right. And yeah, like I said, it's currently 9:37 here on the West Coast. Tap in and let me know where you guys are checking in from. Okay. Now, let me go ahead because y'all, I didn't even know this. I did not know until I saw the interview. Okay. Of this man speaking on how he sued her for $3 million. Okay, so if you guys don't know, just let me give you guys a little bit of information on this. Now, Jada Pinkett Smith was sued by one of her husband Will Smith's former associates for $3 million. Now, he just filed this December 1st. Okay, and this is why I thought this was important to kind of talk about this because if you've covered or know anything about the Diddy trial, we covered different things like this as well. Okay. A lot of things were popping up. Now, his name is Bilal Salam, and he claimed that Jada verbally threatened him in 2021 and launched like a campaign against him, like to retaliate against him in 2023, like a couple of years later. Now, of course, Will and Jada, they come out, they're really mad. You know, insiders are saying that they're mad and that they're just saying he's an opportunistic person who is out to, exploit them. Like we would expect them to say that, right? But this man is not letting down. He's not letting up, right? He says that Jada confronted him in the lobby of the Regency Calabasas Commons in September of 2021 and threatened him by stating that if he continued, you know what I'm saying, to tell their business, that he would end up either missing or catch a bullet. Okay? This is what this man is saying. All right? And of course, they're saying that it's a bunch of crap. And he's just trying to get money out of them, right? But this man, Bilal, says he's been in their presence, either I don't or associate or whatever he was doing, like whatever his like position was, he was there for 38 years. You know what I'm saying? You know how sometimes when you do work with someone, you get close to them, they're almost like family. I'm thinking that this may be one of them times. Now, he also said that Jada demanded that he sign a non-disclosure agreement. Okay. And let me make sure you guys can hear me. Thank you so much for tapping in, guys. All right. Or else. That was the ultimatum. He said that he was following in his car while continuing to issue verbal threats. He later began receiving threats from both Will Smith, I'm seeing, and Jada Pinkett's circle. And this is in his complaint. This is in his suit. He says he was the target of retaliatory campaign that was heightened after a viral interview he gave. Y'all, it it gets deep. All right. Now, in a 2023 sit down with Unwind with Tasha K, he alleged that he walked in on Smith engaging in a act with actor Dwayne Martin. Now, y'all know we have heard that before even now. See this? See how truth reveals itself, or people start putting the pieces of the puzzle together. I said either or now, right? We weren't there. But it's funny how it's all coming together. Now, she laughed it off, the allegations in a subsequent interview that she did with the Breakfast Club, calling it nonsense. So of course they're going to deny it. It's nonsense. It's a bunch of crap. It's a money grab, yada, 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 right? Now, his lawsuit is over intentional infliction of emotional distress, claiming that Jada herself said during the late interview that he was trying to shake her down, her and her husband. Her and her husband. So let's go ahead and get into, because it's one thing that, okay, he's suing them for $3 million, right? Over threats. But he also says a lot more. Okay? He says that he has hard drives of the information that show Jada, among other things, with people not even old enough to vote. You're about to hear him. Don't get mad. Everybody calm down. But we just supposed to walk over that? We just supposed to skip over that to get to the good stuff? This is the good stuff. And out of everything he said, and I'm going to let y'all hear first before we get to what we're going to get to. Okay, hold on, guys. Thank you so much for tapping in. Let me go ahead and get over here. Now, let me go ahead and pull up this man's interview. Now, this is a two-part interview. We're only going to look at one because that's all you need. Okay, that's all you need. One is going to be enough. Two would be just overload. All right. We're going to get all of the information that we need. And hopefully you guys are going to be picking up what I'm putting down. Okay. Let me go ahead and take this down. And I will be in the chat most definitely. Now, you guys know your POV is always welcome. Just talk to me nice. All right. Talk to me nice. And make sure you follow the YouTube rules, y'all. Misspell all inappropriate words. No pow pow emoji in the chat. And no content creators' names in the chat. Please and thank you. Okay? All right. So you guys take a listen to this. All right. He is on Popcorn Planet. If you want to watch this video in its entirety, make your way on over to Popcorn Planet after this live stream. Okay. So let's get into this, you guys. Let me make sure you guys can see it. Y'all, I am sipping on some tea. It is still that early in the morning. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into this, you guys. You guys take a listen to what this man has to say. Okay? Did you hear me not say people not old enough to vote? Okay? Let's go. Let me read you the title of this so you guys can see what we're getting into. Jada Pinkett Smith had hard drives full of freak-offs? Question mark. Ex-assistant drops shock claims. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this.
Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and this is part 2 of our exclusive interview with Brother Bilal. I got to put the disclaimer on, guys. Look, this is his views, not mine. So take them as you will. Make up your own mind. Do your own research. Welcome back, Brother Bilal. Man, a lot of stuff was said in that first one. How you feeling?
Hey, listen, I'm feeling real good, and I'm happy that your listeners have the opportunity for me to, after 2 years, to see that I'm back and did everything that I promised to do, and everything that I said would come to fruition comes into fruition.
Well, I want to ask that because it was 2 years. What took so long? What happened? Can you elaborate a little bit on that? Can you explain a little bit more about the background as to why this whole thing even started? This was, like, I guess, a deal gone wrong?
Well, it started even before we got into the deal, because we've done deals before. That's what I'm saying. That's why people talking about, oh, he's not his friend. Da, 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 da. Anybody out there, just go get Will's book and go to,
it's true. He showed me this. You're in the book, Will.
Right.
Why would he put you in that book if you didn't mean something?
Right. And then you can go to my Instagram. There's several pictures, and Will talking about he my buddy and all this kind of stuff.
And he was an assistant on several films. I'm agreeing on all that. You've proven that to me, at least.
Right. So if I'm been his assistant on several films, I'm in his book, and even dating back, and that's why it's so important for me to put out my memoir, 38 Years with Will and Jada Smith. You have to, right? Because there's 38 years of history, and I knew Will before he met Jada, and when he met Jada, man, like you know what? One of my friends told me when I was going over the book with him. He said, if you go into a house that stink of skunk, when you come out of it, you're going to smell like skunk. If you go into a perfume house, when you come out of it, you're going to smell like perfume. So my thing is, I knew Will prior to him with Jada, and once he got with Jada, he smelled like a skunk, right? And she manipulated, and I've seen the manipulation. I've seen the things that she's done, and I've seen how he followed her. Because, like I said, this is not about civil. This is about criminal, right? This is why, and as you know, I'm representing myself pro se. You have the documents. You see me talking in front of the judge, jumping on Jada's lawyer, not just talking, but jumping on, asking them the tough questions. Because here's the thing: Tony Busby wanted to represent me.
Really?
Right? But that was it was with Will, it was with Jada, and it's with Diddy. See, what a lot of people don't understand, Will and Diddy relationship is tight, and there's some criminality within that I
All right, you guys, sorry about that. He was trying to prove, let me bring this video back up. that he knew Will Smith, because people are questioning him as like, you don't know them, like you lying, like he just coming out the woodworks. And he's letting you know, no, I got 38 years of history with these people. I was mentioned in Will Smith's book. Why would I be mentioned in Will Smith's book if he didn't know me like that, like that, like that? He was also an assistant on several of the films that Will Smith did. So this man was a fixture in Will Smith and Jada Smith's life, okay? This man didn't just pop out of nowhere. And that I do believe, most definitely. Right? What is up, Mojo Shy? What is up? Thank you so much for tapping in, love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, Jada, yes. Yes, yes, yes. 38 years, that's a long time being around him. He knows a lot. And I do mean a lot. Okay? Now, he just touched on the fact that Will Smith and Diddy's relationship was deeper probably than we all thought. And this is what was swirling in and around the time, even before Diddy even set foot in that courtroom. Okay, so this is really nothing new. But he says he's not even talking about civil, he's talking about criminal things that he can reveal about these people. Not only Jada, but Will himself. And it sounds like Diddy too. You feel me? Let's listen to what he has to say, you guys. Playing by the YouTube rules. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me.
Perfume house, when you come out of it, you're gonna smell like perfume. So my thing is, I knew Will prior to him with Jada, and once he got with Jada, he he smelled like a skunk, right? And she manipulate, and I've seen the manipulation. I've seen the things that she's done, and I've seen how he followed her. Because, like I said, this is not about civil. This is about criminal, right? This is why, and as you know, I'm representing myself pro se. You have the documents. You see me talking in front of the judge, jumping on Jada's lawyer, not just talking, but jumping on it, asking them the tough questions. Because here's the thing: Tony Busby wanted to represent me,
Really?
right? But that was yes, it was with Will, it was with Jada, and it's with Diddy. See, what a lot of people don't understand: Will and Diddy relationship is tight, and there's some criminality within that I saw. All that's in the book too, right? So much to the fact that um Will took to a show in San Diego, got up on stage talking about, hey, I ain't cool with Diddy. I don't mess with him. No, Will, you do mess with him. And y'all done things that I believe to be criminal, especially if you look at Bashir Gray, So don't play no games. All this stuff, all these people that's covering it, Megan Kelly, you didn't even know Mario from XX Hollywood. Now I'm getting all these big media giants covering my story, right? About the lawsuit and the allegations and all kind of stuff. You know why? Because I got factual proof. I'm going to jail if I've told this many lies with this much paperwork. This much paperwork. If I'm telling lies, I'm going to jail. So this is not no hoax. This is going to be bigger than the Diddy scandal. Jada is diabolical. Like I said before, I do believe that she's done things with minor kids. I do believe, and I know for a fact that she's done inappropriate things with Will and Jada Smith. I know. I mean, with Willow and Jaden's friends.
Did you get all that? Did you get all that? We are moving into criminal territory with what this man is saying. He is saying that Will Smith allegedly did criminal things that he would consider criminal with Diddy. And look where Diddy is, and look at everything that has been exposed through his trial. I mean, beyond the baby oil jokes and the glide that we talk about. He also mentions Brashear Gray. And if you guys don't know who that is the actor that played on Empire. Remember Cookie Lyons and Lucius and Cookie? Remember that hit TV show that used to come on called Empire that starred, well, my favorite actress, Taraji P. Henson, besides Halle Berry too. But that's my favorite actress, so I know. Right? I forgot what his name was in the show, but that's him, Brashear Gray. And if you guys don't remember, he did have a mental breakdown. I'll get into that probably in another video. If I get enough feedback on this video, I will do a little pop-up video on Brashear Gray because it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. I would love to talk about that. But he mentioned Brashear Gray, and I definitely will tap in on that too as well if you guys want me to. But this is a paperwork party. It's not a hoax. Okay? And the thing about it is, it was enough of not of a hoax for mainstream to pick up the story and run with it. Okay? Like I said, this is his second interview here. He's done other interviews, not to mention even before now, I think a couple years ago, maybe, I don't know. But he did an interview with Tasha K. I think it was about a year ago. Okay? So this is something that is stemming from some type of truth. You guys know I always say that. But did you hear what he just said? He just said that he has proof that Jada Pinkett Smith was engaging with her children's, well, they're 25 and 27 now, but still in the same. No telling how far this goes back. Right? And you remember when we saw that young underage Willow in the bed, I think with a 20-year-old, 22-year-old. It was a real big thing when she was about 15, 16 years old. I don't know if you guys remember that or not. And the internet got into a whole uproar over that. But like I said, if this was a lifestyle, it probably has been going on since they were born. Like, you know what I'm saying? Inappropriate things going on, y'all. It's totally possible because we're talking about Hollywood. Like, it's totally possible because it's totally possible. But then we remember the whole entanglement thing that went on with August Alsina, who was Jaden's friend, and y'all remember. Let's get back to what Bilal had to say, okay? And this is the man that has filed the $3 million lawsuit against Jada. I don't even think Will's named in this. Tell me if I'm wrong. Let's go.
To jail if I've told this many lies with this much paperwork. This much paperwork. If I'm telling lies, I'm going to jail. So this is not no hoax. This is going to be bigger than the Diddy scandal. Jada is diabolical. Like I said before, I do believe that she's done things with minor kids. I do believe, and I know for a fact that she's done inappropriate things with Will and Jada Smith. With Willow and Jaden's friends. Then also the people that she had around her from the Church of Scientology, they were like robots.
Well,
And
you said a lot of this in one. I want to get more specific there, but like, because you teased this and you did it in one, not to interrupt you, but I want to get into it. Let's get into it. And again, I asked that question. What took so long? What was the 2 years? What happened here? Why now?
so there was a attempt in my life in Medellin, Colombia. So as people know, or something a lot of people didn't know, I was living in Medellin, Colombia. And just really quick, a guy named Fernando was my assistant out there. He would drive me around, help me out, do whatever I needed him to do. And when we pulled up in front of my apartment one day, there were it was a policeman out there. Then there was one guy who I know to be a private investigator, and then there were two other people with black pants and white tops. Now these are Scientology outfits, and I'm not saying they're Scientologists. So they go away after a while. The next day, me and Fernando are driving down the road, and a car tries to run us over the embankment, and they were successfully able to run us over the embankment. And I've suffered some major injuries. Yeah, major injuries.
And you assume that has to do with someone related to Jada?
Did your teenager develop depression, anxiety, or eating disorders after becoming addicted to social media platforms?
Oh, Jada and I.
Wait a minute. We not just gonna skip over that, okay? Not only did he say that he has proof, or what he's seen with his own eyes was Willow and Jaden's friends being with their mother, who is Jada, okay? Very inappropriate. Could be criminal, right? He said the Scientology were like robots. So that comes into play. I had no idea that they had ties to that church. You know, have you ever heard her talk about that? Or, I mean, maybe I'm missing something. It's not like I study up on and was following like Jaden and Will Smith, social, you know, like there's social media. But he said the reason why, and I think somebody asked up in the chat, what happened? Why is he exposing them now? Well, he said there was an attempt on his life. And that is what sparked it. He said he came home, police was there, had a couple of PIs outside, and a couple of people that looked like they may, you know, belong to the Church of Scientology. Like, what? And then following that, they were ran off the road. And this man said he suffered injuries to this. This is what is making him come out now. And when people start to plan on if they don't make it, or if, you know, well, if something happens to me, first of all, I'm not on idle, right? And then they start delegating out people. Now you release this, you release the hard drives, like you go to the press. When people start talking about like that, you need to like listen. All right. You need to listen, because there has to be some validity for him to even, I guess, file. Don't you have to have some validity? Well, I can't just skip in, just make something up in my head and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, does it have to pass a mark or a test, or I don't know. But I know it's not free. When you're filing against people and filing lawsuits and stuff like that, shit ain't free. That's for sure. Okay. Now, I don't know if it's $10,000 for some, as like Tasiki said, but I believe it. I really believe it. You know? And this right here is what nobody wants to talk. Everybody's denying, you know what I'm saying? But the paperwork is still paperworking. And when lawsuits get filed, that's not shade, that's legal smoke. Now, let's be very clear from the jump. These are allegations, not convictions, not confirmed facts, but they are claims serious enough to be taken to court, y'all. And that alone just deserves discussion as far as I'm concerned. As far as I'm concerned. Do y'all really think that she threatened him? You know? You guys think that what he's saying is true? Now, again, these are his claims, and Will and Jada are firmly denying this. Their camp is reportedly calling him opportunistic, suggesting that he's trying to exploit their name, their status, trying to get money or whatever. And listen, that argument is not uncommon, especially in Hollywood. Okay, powerful people get sued all the time. And not every lawsuit is legit. I get it. But I think there's something about what this man is saying that we need to pay attention to. And so do they. And so do they. Now, this is where things get kind of complicated, because this isn't happening in a vacuum. Because what made people's ears perk up is the fact that the similar themes were alleged and appeared in Kim Porter's book, Kim's Lost Words. And y'all, look, before you jump down my throat, I'm not saying the book is the gospel. I'm saying that it exists, okay? And people have pointed out overlapping narratives involving, elite Hollywood circles. I could easily see this as being that. Power dynamics and alleged private arrangements behind closed doors. Now, pause with me right here, okay? Because this is where context matters. Let me go ahead and bring this up. Hold on, you guys. And then we will get back to what this man has to say, okay? Now, this book that I'm about to show you guys, and I'm about to read from the chapter that really kind of sparked this conversation, because I did a book reading when this came out, and I remembered this specific part. Now, I had to find the chapter, which is chapter 9, and I'm getting ready to go over that with y'all. Now, let me pull this up. And then we'll get back to Brother Bilal, because that's what they call him, Brother Bilal, okay? He was a fixture, baby, been there 38 years, but I'm in Will Smith's book. I helped him. I was his assistant on a few films, and I'm here to give y'all the tea, because these motherfuckers trying to kill my ass. They trying to unalive me. And before I get unalive, God willing, save my life, I'm going to get this truth out. Okay? Let me pull this up. This is basically what this man is saying. He said this guy Bilal is representing himself. Crazy work. Yeah. Now that I don't get. Maybe he doesn't have the money, but I don't think that's a good idea. You know what I'm saying? But if he has enough evidence, if he has these freak off hard drives in his possession, he said he got 8 of them, 8 of them. Did you see that big ass paperwork he held up? This man is not playing, and he got something. He got something. He got something, and he ain't playing. We need to get past the why and get into what else. Because he done already gave us the what, baby. He done gave us the what. Now, what else? Remember, this is part 2 or part 1. There's 2 parts to this. Plus, he did a whole interview with Tasha K. First, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So it doesn't look like he's going to let up. I don't know. They had an attempt on his life, is what he's saying, made him come back out. Because remember, he had already did this. This is spanning from 2021. Now, I'm not sure if his interview, I think his interview with Tasha K was, I think, a year ago. I'm not too sure. But I know this is stemming from the past 4 years, y'all. So the man is not going to be quiet anytime soon. And the fact of the matter that they knew that, and he says that there was an attempt on his life, they actually really ran him off the road and he suffered injury. What can stop him now? Because if you standing behind the truth and he really has the evidence that he have, why does he need somebody to represent him? The evidence is going to speak for himself. All he has to do is be intelligible, right? And respectful of the law in the court. And act like you got some damn sense. And stand up straight. Shoulders back, knees bent. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's all he got to worry about, really. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a professional. Maybe you do need legal representative, but I'm just saying, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get into this, you guys. I'm going to show you the book that I'll be reading from. And it's called Kim's Lost Words. And during the height of this, I bought this book. Hold on, y'all. I bought this book at the hype of it. And let me go ahead and bring that up for you guys, okay? Let me make sure you guys can see this. Smash that like button, you guys. We are on the road to 10K. We are almost there, y'all. I think we can do it if each and every one of you guys help me elevate on this platform. I think we can do it, y'all. All right, so this is the book right here that I'll be reading from. It's really short, guys. I just wanted to bring about this point. And it's called Kim's Lost Words. Let's go over here. Now, $185. Why is this book so much? What the funk? I got this book for $20 on Amazon. They really tripping over here. What? Do y'all see this? They trying to sell this book for $2,000? What in the hell, y'all? What in the hell, Yante? Anyways, y'all, okay, so this is the book I'm going to be reading from, all right? We're going to go to chapter 9, Kim's Lost Words. Now, I do want to say that some say the book is true, some say the book is not true, but the rest is up to you, okay? Assuming that this is true, they slept together. Let's go ahead and get into this, all right? So I'm going to chapter 9, which is going back to Cali, okay? Let me make sure you guys can hear me. All right. Now, you guys listen to this. We had a wild night. It was after one of Sean's infamous parties. Everyone was there, and we not only had threesomes, but we also swapped partners. Our ex-life was crazy, but I got to do a lot of things with Sean I would have never been able to do with a straight man. Sean cared about me, but it was becoming more and more obvious that he preferred men. I was beginning to think I was there more to cover his wild desires than because he really wanted me to be. He really wanted to be with me. He was like Caesar, every woman's man and every man's woman. But truthfully, at that stage, I was becoming okay with it. I woke up and left the bedroom where I was with Jada Pinkett. And Sean happened to be coming out of the bedroom with XXXX and Will Smith. Yes, XXXX attended the parties from time to time. I could see him and Will kind of snuggled up on the bed together. I was grateful I wasn't asked to join in that room. I didn't really like X. Sean smiled when he saw me. Good morning. Here at the orgies, he wasn't very affectionate. He didn't have to pretend, but he couldn't walk straight. I knew his ass felt literally. I knew how his ass felt literally. We had sessions playing with each other's cavities. I wanted to be home before Quincy woke up. So I told him I'm getting ready to go. He responded, let's have a cup of coffee first. This meant he wanted to talk. I didn't know what it was about, but in situations like this, I didn't really have a choice. He was becoming more and more violent when he didn't get what he wanted. And I really didn't want to fight. So I sat down. Before we started talking, X came out of the room. Sean was wearing boxers. X was in his birthday suit. X addressed us, morning. When he turned around in order to close the door, there was dried cum stain on his back. X walked over, pulled a chair out to sit down next to us, and lit up a blunt. Sean stretched and smiled and said, this East Coast, West Coast beef is more lucrative than I thought, but it's getting dangerous. X responded, surprised. Business first thing in the morning? Damn, cuz, you own it. Who would say that? Somebody said, damn, cuz, you own it. I just peeped that out, y'all. So it's a crip. It's a crip, y'all. Uh-oh. All right, so let's get back to this. Damn, cuz you own it. But you know you don't got to worry. You ain't got nothing to worry about. You got a pass, daddy. X smiled coyly. Sean apparently had something to talk about with X as well, because he said, I can't protect everybody, especially if someone no longer is going to be on my label. It was apparent X was taken aback by this turn of events, but his reply, Sean, are you saying what I think you're saying? Sean continued, it's taxing on my resources to protect people. Someone that isn't 100 on my team, 100% on my team, can't get 100% of my protection. Ooh. It goes on to say, what the hell going on here? What did Sean want from me? This morning was turning out to be way more than I expected, and I have to go. Quincy will be looking for me. Meanwhile, X apparently wanted clarity. So, to be clear, if something happened, X made quotation marks with his fingers to one of the artists that was leaving your label anyway, it would be considered. He makes another quotation marks out of your control. Ooh, y'all. Ooh, so y'all heard that, okay? Now, it goes on, but my point is that the reason why I wanted to read chapter 9 was because she said that they swapped. Not only did they swap, but she was in bed with Jada Pinkett Smith. Okay. The X stands for the person she did not want to name, which we know is a crib. Because who says, damn, cuz, first thing in the morning? No. Mm-mm. You can hang around them all your life, and the only person that's going to say that is a real crib. A real crib. We just now peeping that, right? But Jada clearly said, Kim Porter clearly said that they swapped, which some people call being a swinger. She clearly said that's what they was doing. And now, is that hard to believe, or am I tripping? Is that right up their alley or not? You feel me? Yes, y'all. Let me go ahead and take this down. Let me see what you guys are saying about this. Because what you just heard from this book that I just read, Kim's Lost Words. I woke up and left the bedroom where I was with Jada Pinkett, and Sean happened to be coming out with blank and Will Smith. So there is some truth to what this man is saying. There is some truth to what this man is saying. This is what is making me think that there is some truth to what this man is saying. Now, hate it or love it, take it or leave it, whether Kim's Lost Words go along with the disclaimer. Now, there is a disclaimer that does come with this book, and I think it'll shed a little clarity. Let me go ahead and read the disclaimer that comes along with this book. I think it's only fair. All right. Now, the disclaimer goes, one of Kim Porter's final wishes was for this memoir diary to be made public. Out of protection for certain parties and their potential criminal activity, some celebrities, performers, and events have been represented with X's. Due to their highly explosive nature, at some point in the future, this information will be revealed to the public. Regarding Kim's sudden unaliving and mysterious illnesses of Albie Shore and Jamie Foxx, evidence does exist that points to foul play and or poisoning. Okay. God bless Kim Porter and all of Sean Combs' victims, both male and female. And I reiterate that too as well. God bless Kim Porter, all of Sean Combs' victims, both male and female. All right. So y'all, I don't know what you want to do with that, but this is what this man is saying. I'm putting two and two together and it's starting to make sense. And it's totally believable. It is absolutely believable. Okay. Absolutely believable. Hold on, you guys. What I'm going to do is bring up the rest of his interview, and we're just going to do excerpts of that. I think we can get what we need out of this, and then I will be in the comments. Let me go ahead and take this down. Bring the rest of his interview back up so we can get back into that. And let's see. Hold on, you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Queen TLC in the house. Thank you so much. Mojo Shy. What is up? What is up, you guys? Thank you guys so much for tapping in to Blown A Media. Let me see, y'all. Let's get back to his interview. Now, this man is saying that there were hard drives out there full of freak offs, you guys. All right. This goes beyond just the threat and the lawsuit. Like, listen to the words that are coming out this man's mouth. Listen to the words that are coming out this man's mouth, y'all. Now, let's go ahead and get into this. Let me make sure you guys can see this too as well. And let's go ahead and get back into this.
And white tops. Now, these are Scientology outfits, and I'm not saying they're Scientologists. So they go away after a while. The next day, me and Fernando are driving down the road, and a car tries to run us over the embankment, and they were successfully able to run us over the embankment. And I've suffered some major injuries. Yeah, major injuries.
And you assume that has to do with someone related to Jada?
Oh, Jada and the Church of Scientology, without question. This is real, because I know for a fact that Danny Masterson and Will and Jada was at Will and Jada house. So this was going on while, now for those who don't know, Danny Masterson was a Scientologist and is now in jail for 30 years to life or something for sexually abusing people within Scientology. So what I'm saying is it possible Will and Jada was involved in that behavior too? We're gonna find out. And like I said, this is only the beginning. This is why I showed you all the paperwork, Andy. I showed you even some personal things, because they know, Will and Jada know I have the information. And that's why I'm battling court in my own. And as you see, I've got further than anybody would ever do in pro se. And especially against Will and Jada, with all the money in the world and all the legal, the best money that legal that they can spend for lawyers.
Well, so, yeah, and I'll spotlight again. Like it was weird to me. Megyn Kelly even took time to, no offense, took time to even address the story, let alone bring these lawyers in to discredit you. It really did feel like someone asked her to make this video. I'm not gonna lie, like, of course, the way it was prejudged, all of it. She doesn't do any Will Smith commentary except for 3 years ago during the slap. But suddenly, out of nowhere, we've been covering it a lot 2 years ago. But suddenly now she's back in it to dispute you. It felt asked for. I don't know. Did you feel that way too?
Of course, Megyn Kelly knew, and TMZ did the same thing. I'm filing charges with the FCC against TMZ and to the Breakfast Club. Like I say, I'm on a crusade, and I'm just begging everybody out there to support me, because once again, the things that I saw and the behavior that I saw was definitely criminal. Spending all these times with Will and Jada.
When you
Now,
were
people might say, "Well, why didn't you say nothing?" Listen, I'm 2 years later, 3 years later, people still talking about, did you know Will? Like, this is the kind of celebrity. Here's the thing: Will and Jada are made up characters. Who they are behind the scene is not who they are in front of the camera. I will say that, and this is going to come out. So at the end of the day, I just ask people to stay tuned. When the book come out, I'm going to do a special live with Andy where we do questions and answers. Andy won't be asking me no questions. All the questions will come from the people, because this is
Jada,
who I'm
please
doing.
call into that show.
Yeah, yes, yeah, and I will say this too. Will and Jada, you're welcome on any platform that I come, but now we have a bigger problem.
She needs a
Even
red
with
table
law.
for you, Brother Bilal.
Let's do it. Let's do lie detector tests. Because even further, Andy, as we wrap up this interview, you gotta look. Why is she trying to avoid service? Why don't
She
she
is, and
want
I'm
this
glad you brought that
television?
up. She, just to be clear, even as you go through it, the lawyers wouldn't accept service. As I'm going through it, it's like wild. No, we won't. Yes, I guess the old ones will, but they're like, no, figure out a way to find her. They're making it so hard for you to continue this case.
Right, and she's been in hiding. She's been in actual hiding. So I have two messages. Jada, if you are watching this video, which I know you will be, you can go to your nearest sheriff office and pick up your subpoena. The number is 25 VERO 01692. That subpoena is waiting at the sheriff's office for you. And also Will, who was served and didn't come to a hearing, right? But nothing happened to him. Your subpoena is at the sheriff's office. And that number again is 25 VERO 01692. Now, let me tell you why they ain't trying to get that discovery out, because they know I got them. They know they did criminal acts. They know I got proof. So anybody that's out there that's against abuse, that's against people doing inappropriate things to kids, people who are sexual predators, I need your support. This is what I'm battling. I turned down money from them. I turned down $500,000 that was offered from Will and Jay. It's in the paperwork, where a guy by the name of Charlie Mack was threatening me. I told him not to call me. What happens is he goes through my best friend, sends me a retraction letter stating that I should say all this and that they would pay me.
Y'all, what is going on? Not only is he filing charges against TMZ and did you say the Breakfast Club for FCC violations? He points out the fact that they are fake and they're living the total opposite life of what we think. No shit, Sherlock. Now you got my attention, because we know that, right? Now, he said Jada would not accept service. He even described Jada as being in hiding. All right. They cannot serve Jada. They cannot give Jada the subpoena. Remember, he's representing himself. He don't have no big wigs. He doesn't have this whole, team around him like they do. They have the best that money can buy. So I see kind of where he's at. Like, whoever I get is never going to be able to go against these giants. So I might as well represent myself. Like, it's sort of like a David and Goliath type feel to me, right? Where his slingshot, which is all the evidence that he has, is going to save him. This is almost a David and Goliath, because when you compare their power, not only their star power, but their money and what and who they can get to represent them, they can get the best of the best. It doesn't matter who he got. Now, like he said, somebody wanted to represent him. I don't know why he didn't go with Tony Busby representing him, but like I said, you cannot do this for free, y'all. Okay, you can't run around giving lawsuits and doing all this and subpoenaing all that. First of all, it takes time, which is valuable, right? Time is money. So I spent it on a watch, but also money. You can't just walk around here and get waivers for everything. No. So this is some serious shit. All right. Now he said Will Smith was served, but was a no-show. And this just goes to show you the power, their star power and the power of money that they have. This is classic Hollywood. This is classic Hollywood, trying to snuff out the little guy. And this is what we're seeing. Now, like I said, Bilal recently did some YouTube interviews, and whether you believe him or not, he's speaking calmly, consistently, and not in a way that screams clout chasing chaos. Again, that doesn't make him right, but it does make the situation worth examining, worth taking a look at, worth questioning. He claims that there was retaliation. He claims that there was intimidation. He claims his reputation and opportunities were affected. That means something. Okay? How would you like this to happen to you? And you're simply existing or speaking the truth. And let me say this plainly, lawsuits ain't free. Filing one means you're willing to go under oath, also open discovery, and potentially expose yourself to. That alone raises the question, why now and why risk it? Well, he already answered us, both of those questions. Why now? Well, they ran him off the road. Okay, he had already been intimidated, already threats, already people showing up looking like freaking weirdos, members of churches and the PI and the ABC boys were right there waiting for him. Like, what? Then not so much after he gets ran off the road and suffers serious injury. You heard what this man said. He said they tried to run him off the road. They were successful and he suffered injury. He probably almost lost his damn life. So I can answer the question, why now and why risk it? And they trying to, somebody trying to do something. And this is his reality. Okay. I'm just interpreting it. All right. I'm just translating it for y'all. Okay. I'm just paraphrasing this shit. Now on the flip side, let's talk about Will and Jada, because they've been on, one of the most scrutinized couples in Hollywood for years. All right. Open marriages, entanglements, interviews that have raised eyebrows, public admissions that have shocked fans. All of this was created a narrative that invited conversation, whether they wanted it or not. That's why we are here, Buki. So when someone from inside comes forward and says, hey, I was threatened for talking, people are going to listen. We are the people. We the people. We're going to listen not because it's proven, but because it fits into a larger pattern. Same pattern of secrecy and image control that we have known. Okay? AKA Hollywood, AKA some people say Hollywood's dead, AKA remember when it was alive? Remember when it was alive? Fits the MO. Fits the MO. And let's keep it real. Hollywood is not built on transparency. Never has been. It's built on NDAs, favors, power, and silence. Now let's go ahead and get into what he was saying, which kind of sparked my interest as well, because if you guys don't remember, when Jada dated freaking August Alsina. And who was August Alsina? He is an artist, an entertainer. I think he's a singer and a rapper. I think he raps too. Okay, he is an artist. And the thing about this is, and I didn't mean it in that way, like, who is he? No, I meant who is he in relations to, the Smiths. He was Jaden's good friend, y'all. And this also echoes what this damn man is saying. There's some truth to what he's saying. Okay, there's some truth to this. Let's go ahead and look at this because I want to show you guys. Hold on. Let me bring this up for you guys. Let me see what you guys are saying in the comments. Maybe he doesn't trust the lawyers. Yeah, maybe not. Thank you for sharing part of this book with us. Oh, you're welcome. I did a whole reading on it when it came out, but that's been deleted. That's been deleted, you guys. So, like I said, if you guys show interest, I will dive into that part of the book, and yeah, we can do that. Yeah, thank you. I know that's what you meant. I don't like celebrities at all. They're all weird. What is up, Miss Know It All? Thank you for tapping in. Thank you, girl. Thank you. Wouldn't be anywhere else. Thank you so much for the love, girl. Jada Kids said she made them eat you know what as young kids. Oh my God. Say it isn't so. Y'all remember when that big old thing that when it kind of ruffled some feathers when Willow was seen just laying in bed, like he was kind of a little bit down towards her feet, but they were like, isn't he like 21? And isn't she like 15 or 16? I'm not sure on the details, but I know there was a big fanfare about that. All right. And they've kind of given off this sort of like, what is that called? Alternative lifestyle. Like, they've always given me kind of that Hollywood weirdo vibe, kind of. Now, I'm not going to say I haven't loved Jada and Will through their art. Like, of course, come on, Jada Pinkett starred in a lot of movies, the soundtrack to some of our lives, whether it was in your era or you grew up, with your mom watching this and stuff. And it has become part of your soundtrack as well. Like, right now, let me go ahead and pull this up for you guys because I want you guys to see this. And there's more to that video, So like I said, you guys make sure you make your way on over to Popcorn Planet if you want to watch that video in its entirety after the stream. Now, let's go ahead and get into a quick look at her relationship with August Alsina. You remember when that blew up and she labeled it as an entanglement. And then later, after all of the backlash, not only did she come out, okay, and sit at the red table, but August Alsina spoke out about it as well. We'll get into a little bit of that. But first of all, let me just show you the Jaden Smith and August Alsina relationship / Jada, okay, relationship with her children's, although adult children now. We don't know how far this goes back, y'all, okay? Yeah, that's even weird. One is 25, one is 27. If you go back even 5 years, all right? Somebody is like 20. If you go back 7 years, somebody's 18. All right? And to be dating your kids' friends is just off the wall to me, okay? Off the freaking wall behavior, okay? Why you don't go to the grocery store like the rest of us, okay? Go to the same watering hole as the rest of us. No, I'm just kidding. Hold on, y'all. Now, let me go ahead and bring this up for you guys so you guys can see this as well. Let's go ahead and get into this, you guys, because like I say, what we do here, we give commentary, right? A reaction to the latest on these social media streets. And then we put two and two together. We put the pieces of the puzzle together only enough to make it make sense. We don't got to solve the mystery. All right. Like I tell y'all all the time, we may not break the news, but we sure can talk about it. Right. Let's go ahead and get into this, you guys. Hold on so I can see this. Now, make it a little bit bigger. August Alsina and Jaden Smith were once very close friends, but the bond fractured when Alsina began an entanglement or romantic affair with Jaden's mother, Jada Pinkett Smith, during a period where she and Will Smith were separated. A situation that deeply affected Jaden and caused family friction, leading Jaden to distance himself for his own well-being. I wonder if she ever mentioned that while she talks about this. I don't even think she ever once mentions Jaden in this. And, I don't know, you guys. I don't know about that. Let's go ahead and get into this. Now, this video explains how Jaden Pinkett Smith met August Alsina. We're going to go ahead and take a look at that. Let's go ahead. Let me see. I didn't even watch this, but let's see. Maybe this is not a video. Oh, it is.
I got into a different kind of entanglement.
Jada Pinkett Smith took the whole world by surprise when she admitted that she had an affair with August Alsina. But did you know that before the two of them got together, August was allegedly very close with Jaden? Some even say that the two of them dated. But what actually happened between them? Did Jaden and August have an affair? Let's break it down. When Jada admitted on the Red Table Talk that she cheated on Will Smith, we all wanted to know the details of her affair with August. How and when did they meet, and how long did the relationship last? Well, it turns out that she actually met August through her son Jaden. Jada met August way back in 2015 when she and Will went to the Wire Festival in London to watch Jaden and Willow perform. Apparently, Jaden had been friends with August for a long time, and it's alleged that they may have been more than friends. But you have to wonder, what made people think that the two of them were more than just friends? It's alleged that the two were spotted in certain places, and they looked a little too close. Apparently, Jaden and August were seen hanging out a lot at Hollywood parties, and it looks like they always looked pretty cozy with each other. The two of them met years ago on the set of Brothers in Atlanta, and you'll never believe what happened next. It's alleged that they hit it off really quick and became very good friends from the first day. According to sources, Jaden and August had an instant connection that saw them remain close for years. No one really thought much about their relationship at the time, but it looks like the family knew that they were really good friends, because apparently August became really close with the Smith family in general. In fact, they were so close that they even went on holiday together, which sounds kind of weird, but it turns out that August once went on a vacation to Hawaii with Jada, Will, Jaden, and Willow in 2016. And you have to wonder, how come August was welcome on the family vacation? Well, it turns out that he may have been a little closer to Jada.
All right. Well, we know 2016. We're going back. We're going back to 2016. All right. That's almost 10 years ago. That would make somebody 17 and somebody else would be 15. All right. Okay. So I think Jaden would have been 17 and Willow would have been 15 years old. Now, they said that August Alsina became friends with the family and started going on family trips, hanging out with the family, and became close like he was a family. Now, if you guys don't know, he also had health struggles. So he was going through a lot in this time frame, okay? And he was leaning on them for support. They were kind of like family, and you end up in bed with one of your best friend's mother. Okay? Now, they are insinuating that maybe even August Alsina and Jaden had a relationship together. Okay. And I think that's because Jaden is kind of fluid with it. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if he is, he's kind of in the middle. He's kind of, you could see him with the man as well as you can see him with the woman. So they were saying that maybe they were in a relationship. But if you go back that far, that would make them teenagers. Like, that's already inappropriate, right? You think? But like I said, let's go ahead and get into this. I'm going to let this finish. We're going to hear a little bit more of this.
Than we thought, but we'd probably never have thought much about it if August didn't reveal a shocking secret in the recent past. So we all know that August's love life has been under scrutiny, especially after the affair with Jada. For a while after the whole thing came out, he didn't really talk about his personal life all that much, but it looks like he finally felt ready to spill the beans, and the truth will totally shock you. So August participated in VH1's The Surreal Life, and for those of you who don't know, he got very close to Jada when he was going through some mental health issues. Jada said that she was helping him deal with those issues when they started getting really close and ended up having an affair. So August was talking about finding healing in love on the VH1 show when he revealed the most unexpected thing. August shocked the whole world when he revealed that he found love in the most unexpected place. He revealed that he was bisexual and that he found love from a man who not only loved him back but taught him a lot about healing. He was speaking alone on camera before he was joined by a man who he introduced as his love before they hugged and confessed their love on TV. August said that he was finally able to love without any limits, and he wanted to honor the man who had taught him that and introduce him to the world. August may have thought that he was just introducing us to his new partner, but it looks like he also introduced us to more Smith family scrutiny without even knowing it, because you'll never believe the drama that followed his coming out. When the episode was released, some people congratulated him, but others started questioning his relationship with Jaden, and it turns out that they might have been right to question it, because Jaden also announced that he was dating a man. He decided to reveal that he was dating Tyler, the Creator, during a concert in LA, and I know it sounds totally crazy that all these things were coming out almost at the same time, but this led to even more people to believe that Jaden and August may have been more than friends. Even though Jaden announced that Tyler had been his boyfriend for a long time, it's rumored that he might have dated two men at the same time. But I'm sure you're wondering, was Jaden telling the truth when he announced his relationship with Tyler, or was he playing around like some people seem to believe? Well, it turns out that he was actually telling the truth. He confirmed it during a radio interview with Apple Music One. Jaden said that he knew some people were doubting what he had announced. He repeated that he was actually telling the truth. He and Tyler are dating, and they've been together for years, and it looks like he might really be telling the truth, because it turns out that he actually made a Twitter post about it way back in 2020. Jaden posted that his boyfriend had won a Grammy, and it turns out that Tyler had actually won a Grammy that same year. So now that we know that Jaden is dating Tyler, and August confirmed on TV that he's bisexual, is it possible that these two dated before August dated Jaden's mom?
So there y'all go. August Alsina could have very well dated Jaden back in 2020, which would be about 5 years ago, which would be what, 22 years old? Yeah. So I don't know, y'all. They're saying that he could have possibly dated Jaden as well because he's bisexual. And Jaden was dating Tyler, the Creator, the rapper. Okay, I don't know if he's just gay or if he's bisexual as well, but we clearly see that both of these men date men. All right. Now, hold on, you guys. Let's go ahead and get back into this. I just wanted to give you guys a little insight. That's Hollywood Tea Talk. If you want to see this video in its entirety, this was published on August 10th of 2023. Okay, so I did take y'all back to the hood like K-Swiss. All right, and we will continue to dig in the crates. All right, wherever we can find truth or clarity, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. All right. Now, Jaden introduced August to the Smith family, and they developed a close friendship with August for support during his health struggles. Now, the entanglement in 2020, Jada revealed that she had a romantic relationship with August Alsina around 2015 to 2016. Like I said, if we go back that far, somebody was 14, 15 years old, and the other person was 16, 17 years old. All right. Although they are adult children now, according to Jada, they were dealing with August Alsina around 2015 to 2016. That's 10 years ago. All right. So somebody was 14, 15, and somebody was 16, 17. Period. All right. Now, this entanglement occurred while she and Will were separated. Now, the revelation caused immense emotional distress for Jaden, who felt betrayed by the situation involving his mother and his friend, leading him to create distance. Now, remember, he moved out. You guys remember that? Where he moved out, I think 16 or 17 years old, and he had his own place. Now, I don't know if he did an emancipation, from his parents or not. I'm just throwing that out there. But I do know one of them had a spot early. I'm not sure if it was Jaden or Willow, but I remember that. Okay. Now, while Will Smith eventually offered understanding, the fallout deeply impacted Jaden, who reportedly struggled with breakdowns and felt the situation was manipulative. This is what the sources are saying, you guys. Now, the affair ultimately changed the dynamic between Jaden and August, with Jaden prioritizing his mental peace by stepping away from the friendship. And if you guys just remember in that video, she had said that August Alsina had leaned on them because he was going through mental health issues, and also health issues. All right. So there you have it, you guys. All right. Now, if you guys don't know, not only did August Alsina come forward and talk about it, but Jada finally came to the red table, which was her show that she used to have. And opposite her own husband, they talk it out. And it's sort of like a weird vibe to this conversation. And I think that we need to actually get a visual of this. So I'm going to go ahead and play this one more video. But y'all, just look at the dynamics and like the looks and like just the nuances of what she's saying. First of all, the whole damn topic of conversation, and then there's sort of like vibe in the room, okay? Now, it may be something, it may be nothing, but let's go ahead and get into this, okay? Hold on. This is from Hip Hollywood. Let's go ahead and get into this.
Hey, Marty, how you doing, man? I'm on a new level.
And like I said, if you guys want to watch this video in its entirety, make your way on over there. And let's go, you guys. To Hip Hollywood is what it's called. I actually want to see this movie. Okay, here we go, guys.
You know, I think from there, you know, as time went on,
Jada Pinkett Smith brought herself to the red table, and surprisingly, her husband Will Smith joined her. They talked about pain, healing, and yes, Jada's entanglement with August Alsina.
It's all love.
Recently, Alsina revealed to the world that he was involved in a relationship with Jada while she was still married. And even though statements were released denying the affair, Pinkett Smith is now reluctantly confirming that the relationship did indeed exist.
It's a situation that I consider private.
You just feel like it ain't really nobody's
business.
Yeah. But now Black Twitter has claimed it as their business.
During the 12-minute Red Table Talk episode, Jada sat down with Will to explain how she met August 4.5 years ago. But the friendship didn't turn into something more until she and Will were ready to call it quits.
You and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided...
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically, we broke up.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, you know, I think from there, you know, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
Yes, we know entanglement is vague as hell, but thankfully, Will pressed her to be more clear.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship.
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely.
We also got clarity on the misconception that Will gave August permission to sleep with his wife.
The only person that could give permission in that particular circumstance is myself.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But what August was probably trying to communicate, because I could actually see how he would perceive it as permission, because we were separated amicably.
Yeah.
And I think he also wanted to make it clear that he's not a homewrecker.
Now, if you're like us, you're probably wondering why August? Well, we'll let Jada explain it.
I just wanted to feel good. It had been so long since I felt good. And it was really a joy to just help heal somebody.
Eventually, August broke things off and they haven't really talked since. And the Smiths claim they are now stronger than ever.
We ride together.
We die together.
Bad marriage for life.
Now that statement pretty much says it all. Bad marriage for life. They gonna ride until the wheels fall off. They live separate lives, allegedly, even though they may still be together. I don't know if they've gotten divorced or whatever the case may be. They live separate lives, you guys. All right. They've always had that type of open marriage type deal. And I think the excerpt that I read from Kim's book, Kim's Lost Words, proves that this is true. And all of the accusations and the rumors and all the whispers that Diddy and Will had slept together and were possible lovers, it doesn't sound that far-fetched, if you ask me. It really doesn't sound that far-fetched. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. But yeah, y'all. And I thought it was a diss, just FYI, that Jada said that because he was like, well, why? Why did this come about? She said, I just want, it was so long since I felt good. That was a total like diss to Will. Like, he was like, oh, okay. She was like, I just wanted to feel good. And she said, heal somebody at the same time. Like, I guess her sleeping with August Alsina was healing him with his mental issues and his actual physical health issues. I don't know how that works, but you guys heard her say himself, and I do believe that there's some truth to this. There is some truth to this. Why? Because everybody not lying. Everybody is not lying, you guys. So yeah, we're yet to see what is about to come from this $3 million lawsuit that has been filed against Jada Smith. I don't even think it's Will Smith, y'all. I think Jada Smith was the leader. I think she controlled the relationship. Just like he said, when Will met Jada, everything went down here. Like he rotted. Like he's rotten now that he, hooked up with her. And that says a lot from someone who's been around before Jada and has been around almost 4 decades with this man. He's seen a lot. He's heard a lot. He's probably been a lot of wrong, or I don't know, seen a lot of wrong, been a lot of wrong. Because remember, when he goes through with this, you also have to expose yourself. So hopefully his hands are clean, right? And, let me ask y'all something. Do you really think powerful people never try to silence others? Like, we saw that over and over again being said, referenced, and proven in the Diddy trial. So I'm thinking maybe these people adapted some of the behaviors that they participated in when they were in and around Diddy. Did they also continue this when they got home? Did they build their own little freak off type vibe relationship too as well? Did they carry on these same behaviors with others when they weren't around Diddy? And I'm not saying Diddy is the end all be all, but he certainly stirred the pot and gave everybody a platform to be a freaking weirdo and a freak off participant. Now, do you guys think intimidation never happens behind the scenes? Because I do. I think powerful people try to sometimes silence others, right? Or do you think it only happens until someone finally says, I'm done being quiet? That's the real conversation. That's the real conversation, because even if the lawsuit goes nowhere, it exposes something important, the fear of speaking out when power is involved. And he said in one of the interviews that he was inspired by how Gene Deal was so like outward and just really fearless when he came out and told his truth. And in one of the videos, he does admit that he was inspired, right? And this is what I mean by, you may not be the one to solve the problem. I may not be the one, but I will probably am going to be the one who sparks the person who will speak out, or I can motivate or influence at least one person. You feel me? And that's a perfect example of that. I don't know. That's the conversation, And what stood out to me personally is how fast people were ready to dismiss the claim entirely, right? Not question it, not wait for evidence, just straight up, he lying. But what we do know is that the lawsuit exists. All right. The lawsuit exists. The denial exists. The interviews exist. The overlapping narratives exist. And that's enough. That's enough to warrant a discussion without declaring guilt or innocence, y'all. Okay. Now, this is what I want to hear from you guys. Do you think that an opportunist is trying to cash in? Is that what you guys believe is happening? You know what I'm saying? a messy Hollywood situation with truth on both sides. Do you guys believe that this is something bigger that hasn't fully come out yet? I'm kind of going with that. Like, I think there's some more layers to this, but you guys drop your thoughts in the comments. Keep it respectful, but keep it real. Okay. And listen, if the information comes out, like if the court documents surface, if receipts get presented, we'll revisit these facts. Okay. We will revisit this with facts, not feelings. All right. Now, let me make sure there's nothing else that I want to show you guys before I get out of here. I will be back live, you guys, with more tea. And I just want to let you guys know, if you guys are not aware, I did post up on the community wall that I have changed the name, which is Blonay Media now, okay, because new media is here, y'all, okay? We are here. And I never really changed my logo because I started out as Blonay Media. I wanted a little bit of flair to it, okay? So I changed it to Blonay Got Tea, which I still do got tea. But I think for 2026, we're going beyond that because I'm also going to be including live trials, right? And other hot topics. Okay, so we're stretching our wings, you guys, and we're taking a leap of faith. And I want to be an all around, like a well-rounded media personality. And welcome to new media, guys. Okay, new media is here. And I mean, unfortunately, it had to, kind of be solidified by Milagro Grams and the trial that she went through, right? But at the end of the day, I'm thankful that new media was officially recognized. And we're here, guys. All right. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat before I let you guys go. You said they never were monogamous. Exactly. Exactly. They always lived this kind of alternative lifestyle. This is why I'm believing this stuff. I'm believing this stuff. All right. I'm believing this stuff, and I don't think this is it. This is not. It ain't over. It ain't over. Okay. It ain't over, you guys. And the excerpts that I found in that book really say something too. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would Kim write that? If it's true or not, whoever did it, why would you put that in that book? You know what I'm saying? Like, why folk come would you put that in that book? Because I believe that it has some truth to it. Okay. Now, I do also want to let you guys know that this is not my first rodeo with these people. Okay. I have covered this before. I've covered Kim Porter before, and I've done videos on them as well. So I just want to let you know this is kind of a update, okay, a refresher course, because like I said, I've been on this even before the Diddy trial. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and pull up, you're going to get some information out of this. Let me go ahead and pull up a video that I did do, okay, just for funsies, but I think it will add to the conversation and be a great ending to this live video. But let me go ahead and show you guys some of the things that I covered as far as Kim Porter goes, because girl, my nose was to the grind. My nose was to the grind because I believe Kim Porter too. I absolutely do. And let's go ahead. Let me take down this and let's go ahead and get into this, you guys. Just a little something. And I think it's a little something, but I think it's important. It's pertinent to what we're talking about. Okay. So let's get a little bit of a throwback. And history repeats itself, y'all. So it's always good to know your history. And I'm about to give y'all a little bit of history. And you're welcome. TV. I am your host, Lisa Blonay, and I am here to bring you the messy in these streets. Look, we gotta talk, but before we get started, push that subscribe button. Let's go. Hold on, y'all. I want to act crazy. I don't want to play. Hold on, you guys. Let me see if I can bring it back up. The tell-all book that would tell all of Diddy's secrets, right? I'm sure Miami knows this because when I look at Miami in the situation, a lot of times it makes me think of Kim Porter. And I wanted to say, like, maybe is she the new Kim Porter? Okay. Is she the one that now has to strap it on, to please Diddy? I know they say that she was getting an allowance for $500K, right? Hold on, y'all. I do not know why this doesn't want to play. Hold on, guys. Welcome to Blonay Stacks TV. I am your host, Lisa Blonay, and I am here to bring you the messy in these streets. Look, we got to talk, but before we get started, push that subscribe button. Let's go. So, what we know is that Kim Porter was coming out allegedly with the tell-all book that would tell all of Diddy's secrets, right? I'm sure Miami knows this because when I look at Miami in the situation, a lot of times it makes me think of Kim Porter. And I wanted to say, like, maybe is she the new Kim Porter? Okay. Is she the one that now has to strap it on, to please Diddy? I know they say that she was getting an allowance for $500K, right? But it was reduced to $250. Who cares? What is behind that? What is that price tag? What are the duties that are behind that $250K price tag per month? Okay. Is she the one that has to strap on now? I don't know, but let's not get off the subject. Now, what stands out to me, so the book is to come out, right? But we know that Kim shared this information with others, okay? Shakir Stewart, rest in peace. But at the time, if you guys remember, Diddy broke up with Kim to get with J-Lo. It was around 98, right? They stayed together around 2 years. Remember, there was a shooting while J-Lo was dating Diddy. Those who remember it was serious at the time, and Shine got 9 years behind that pow at that club. He went back to Kim. I guess Kim took him back, right? But at that time, when he was getting back with her, he found out that she was dating, and rightfully so, Shakir Stewart. Now, if you guys don't know who Shakir Stewart is, he was a big, powerful name in the music industry, right? Now, he put out big names, and he was behind. He warned him. Beyonce, he warned him to leave Sierra Kim alone. So and no others. I don't know if he decided to leave Kim alone, but I know the next year after that, he came up unalive, y'all.
So she had a lot of stories to tell. And when I went shopping with Puff before, and I'm talking about when I was doing bodyguarding him and he was getting those butt plugs.
But he's picking up those butt plugs and I, like, what the hell is you getting this for, man? And he was like, can I do my shopping by myself? Okay. But when he was getting those butt plugs, I know Kim had something to do with that. Because that night at the Swiss Hotel, they were in full effect.
Houses don't get broken into in Hollywood like that. They got all kind of surveillance. They got security and everything like that. They know exactly where those things at. Those iClouds and they know exactly. They could find out where those things are at. If she was doing, if she was writing it, they was doing it in Google Docs, Word, some stuff like that. That shit is still out there and it can be pulled out the sky.
You could lose your whole computer. If her kids then wanted to do an investigation and wanted to see what was on those documents that was in that computer, all that shit is right there for them to get it. When they try to say the stuff is missing and everything like that, don't believe that. The physical of it is missing. But everything that comes over this air, everything that you type, everything that you see, because see, when you're doing a book and you're working with somebody, I don't believe, I could be wrong, I don't believe that Kim was writing that book without some guidance from somebody.
She was last seen looking happy and healthy with her ex and their children at this event just 16 days before her death.
When I was having issues, my man Derek, you know what I'm saying, his mom allowed him to show me how to format, you know, when I first started writing and everything like that. Because I didn't know, you know, how to put it in Google Docs and all that other stuff like that. Derek set that up for me. I know how to tell a story, I know how to write, but I don't know her ability to write the story for someone to be able to and articulate it in a manner where it is enjoyable to others. She could tell the facts of the story and what
happened, but I truly believe somebody was helping her. And they may have been, you know, like she typed this and she sent it to them and they redo it or say whatever they want to say. If they wasn't directly spending the time with her, then I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Now, remember, allegedly, Kim Porter was robbed of 2 laptops when she passed. Now, one of her BFFs, Kimora Lee Simmons, knows a lot, okay? And this is all alleged. Now, the stylist, quote unquote, is said to be on the run. And this is what I'm talking about all these stories that are swirling recently, right? And this came, it's like the stylist came home, right? And it was ransacked. And I think these were scare tactics used. So, you know, so allegedly the stylist is on the run. Now, that is another person who I feel knows a lot about a lot that can go into this book. Okay, they have a lot of information. Now, the stylist revealed convos with Kim Porter and was present 3 times when Diddy allegedly put his paws on her. Now, they say also that Clive Davis was sleeping with Diddy on the regular, okay? Now, like I said, all of this is alleged, right? But as of recently, November 22nd, on Twitter, Al B. Sure let us know and posted that he had almost lost his life and had woke from a 2-month coma. Now, we don't know what caused this condition, but here's some of the posts that
in early to mid-July, I was in a meeting over lunch, wrapped up, and proceeded back to the studio to continue working on my upcoming project. As I sat in front of the computer, I began to lose feeling on the entire left side of my body and fell over to the side. Fortunately, my phone was within reach, and I was able to call for assistance. I only remember sitting in the ER in a wheelchair, and my brother, DJ Eddie, standing next to me speaking with a security guard. It was October, when I was made fully aware of what had transpired, and was able to start to comprehend it all. I had multiple surgeries covering every...
And this is another person that may hold the secrets to this tell-all book, because I do not believe for 1 second that they started, that they ever stopped seeing each other, okay? I believe that they had a true love, all right? And I do not believe that they ever really stopped seeing each other, okay? Even if it was just for the child, yeah, you can chalk it up to that, but I feel they were genuinely in love, okay? I feel that Al B. Sure feared for his life, and he believes that Kim Porter was red rummed. She was unalived. He does not believe. And there are some new details out there that are saying that she was found in the bathroom, not in the bed. If she was found in the bed, she must have been propped there. There was also blood on her pillows. okay, as well as a trail of blood from the bedroom to the bathroom. Now, this is allegedly, take this with a grain of salt and do your own research. But what I'm trying to say is there was foul play when Kim Porter left this earth, and somebody wanted to stop her from putting out this tell-all book. Now, the reason why I think that there is still hope that this book is going to be put out because, number one, I think everything that's done in the dark will come to light, right? Not only that, but the truth will always be revealed. You'll never, ever be able to keep down the truth forever, okay? So I feel in that instance that this book is going to come out, but we have avenues, okay? We have several different people that may have the inside scoop and know the secrets that she was about to put into this book, because I do feel that maybe she was working with somebody, maybe she had a ghostwriter, meaning that she, had the guts, but someone had to, put it all together into a pretty package, I'm not taking anything away from Kim. She's beautiful. I know she was a model, an actress. She was a socialite, and I, respect her. But I do feel other people can help you. And I feel that she had some help in some way, shape, or form, whether it was to write it a little bit better, or to, add a little, or to just give her advice, right? Or just be there as a support system. I'm sure she had a support system that shared in this information, y'all. So let us stay tuned for this up and coming Kim Porter tell-all book, because I'm telling you, out of the niece as of September of 2022, and he's facing legal action from a woman claiming to be Kim Porter's niece, right? On top of that, we have Albie Shore, which I told you, I think he feared for his life, and he told us that Kim Porter was red rummed, okay? And then on top of that, we have Kimora Lee Simmons, because she was really, really close to Kim, and she was so distraught at the scene. I think she knows something, y'all. This stylist who seems to be on the run and writing the book, y'all. Go ahead and check everything out. Make sure you go over these clips I have shown you, and you put the pieces.
So you guys saw what was in this video, okay? So like I said, the rabbit hole goes deep, and that's all I got for y'all. Y'all let me know what you guys think about this whole situation, because that's not the only person that has spoken out against Diddy and who is no longer here. I mean, there is a list, and that's what makes this so scary, okay? That's what makes this so scary. But like I said, even Kim Porter and allegedly Kimora Lee Simmons had an intimate relationship, okay? It's in the book too as well. You guys, let me know if you want a book reading on Kim's lost words. We can definitely get into that. I can, set that up. But you guys, let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. And like I said, this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is just the tip of the iceberg, because the rabbit hole goes deep, and there's more than just this and people speaking out on the things that Diddy was involved in and what he did. And, I don't know. We can take a deeper dive if you guys would like. And like I said, any information that comes out as far as fast forward to this court documents that surface and all the receipts that he is going to present, we will definitely get into that. Until then, remember this, that power doesn't mean innocence, okay? Accusation doesn't mean guilt, and silence doesn't always mean lies. Just because somebody is silent doesn't mean when they decide to come forward that they are lying, okay? Now, if you appreciate this commentary that actually breaks things down instead of, just, skimming through the headlines, hit that like, share this video, and follow for updates, because this story is not over, not by a long shot. You guys leave your comments, and I will see you guys on the next video. Let me see what you guys are saying. What is up? God blesses. Let me go ahead and give a shout out to my chat and my mods. If you guys are members as well, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate you guys. If this is your first time here, welcome, subscribe. And I'm pretty sure you're feeling the vibe, you guys. Hello, Blonate, mods, and chat. What is up? God bless us. Let me give a quick shout out to the people that took time out to engage with me. And thank you for letting us sister roll. Kim Porter's book is a must read. Yes, you guys, it's a must read. Like I said, I may go ahead and do a book read for that, because you guys know I had to delete so many videos. So, I mean, fast forward to 2026, we are coming in. We're coming in hot. Okay, we coming in hot, babes. All right, I got a lot of new things in store for you guys. Stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned. Thank you. What's up, Miss Know It All? Happy holidays to you too. Shout out to Cynthia T. Who else is in the building? Mojo Shy. Thank you. Great live, Blonate, as always. Thank you, you guys. I am here to engage, inform, and entertain. All right. You guys get ready for our live trial. Our first trial that's coming up for the year of 2026 will be Little Dirk. We'll go into that as well. Keefe D is coming up in February as well, but that is in Vegas, so I may not be able to make it to that one. But hey, we're going to do what we can do. All right. Thank you guys. A 1T beautiful. What is up? Thank you. Thank you guys so much for tapping in. Queen TLC in the building. Thank you guys for showing up and showing out and for hyping me up, right? Lighting up the chat. I appreciate you guys, all right? I am going to go ahead and get out of here. I will be back live again for the next video. Now, I did want to tell you guys to go ahead and follow me on TikTok, okay? And I will be live. If you guys want to come up, you guys want to interact, you guys want to, join the panel with me on TikTok, you guys can come on. We can kiki. That's more of where I just we have conversations and we chit chat and we just kind of engage together. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like a community over there. It's not so much as gossip. But yeah, y'all, we're starting this new for 2026 so that you guys can actually engage and we can actually talk face to face. All right. I like to do different things on different platforms. And yeah, y'all. So if you guys want to, you guys go ahead and join me on there. There's the link. But you guys know that you guys can always just go to my page. Okay. As a matter of fact, let me take this down because I don't think I can do that. But you guys go to my YouTube. It's right there. All right. And you will be able to follow me on TikTok. All right. Because I don't think I can put links in. I don't think I can put links in this chat. So I'm not too sure. I'll check on that. But you guys, make sure you guys follow me. And hopefully Krishan is going to get what she deserves in 2026. Yeah, we'll be back to talk about the Christmas that never was. The Christmas that never was for Junior. Definitely we're going to tap into that. All right. So stay tuned for that. And join Blonate on TikTok, y'all. Until next time, America, I will see you guys later. Bye.
Room together with no hoes, pulling no orgy type shit or doing none of that whole ass shit you niggas out there be doing, thinking you doing some fly shit. Nigga, if you in a room naked with some other niggas and some broad, them niggas looking at your ass. And if that shit is gay, and you need to get on some other shit. Me and this man got nothing but respect for each other. We ain't never pulling no train. We ain't no motherfucking freaks. We some family men. We getting it paper. You know what I'm talking about? And I had to put that out there, bun, because a lot of niggas doing a lot of fugazi shit out here, man.
Soldier. Bully a Gemini. They are mean as fuck, sweet as candy, evil as hell, and strong like a soldier. It depends on you how you deal with them. Gemini is a mix of sweetness and bitterness. They possess a dual nature, shifting seamlessly from kindness to rudeness. If you push and bully them, their strength is as deep as their loyalty. Drawing energy from the powerful bull, they may be calm and patient, but when pushed too far, the will show you a force you never saw coming, and it will leave a mark that will never fade. They are stubborn as fuck. Once they get into something, they don't leave until they are done. They don't bend easily. Their grounded nature keeps them rooted in their own truth. They stand firm, weathering storms, and once they have made up their mind, nothing can shake them. If you want to win a Gemini's heart, show them loyalty, consistency, and genuine care. They will cross every line to make you happy, but once you hurt them, they will move on. Not quickly, but they will make sure to add you to the rotten pages of an old book. What does a Gemini hate the most? Disrespect and cheating. They have a strong nature of loving and caring, but if you cheat them, they will go to any extent to take their revenge.